Welcome to everyone. In this video, we have to discuss about liquidator final statement of accounts from the subject corporate accounting. Before watching liquidator final statement of accounts, we must know who is liquidator and what is liquidation. Liquidation, or otherwise known as winding up, is a process of dissolving a company or terminating a company or putting end to a company. A person who does the process of dissolving a company is known as liquidator, and the main and foremost duty of the liquidator is selling the assets of a company and settle off to its liabilities. For that purpose, the liquidator has to prepare a statement, and that statement is known as liquidator final statement of accounts. And this is the format for liquidator final statement of accounts. In this format, there are two sides. Debit side we have receipts, and credit side we have payments. Receipt side, to asset realized. What are the assets has been realized at the book value should be entered here. After that, we need to enter surplus from secured creditors. After that, if there is any uncalled money or unpaid money received for shares, should be entered here. These three will be combined together is known as receipts. And we come to the credit side, that is payment side. First, in payment side, we must enter legal charges. After legal charges, we have to giving liquidator remuneration, and the liquidator is entitled to receive the remuneration on three concepts. First one, percentage on asset realized, and second one, percentage on preferential creditors, and third one, percentage on unsecured creditors. If there is no percentage given for preferential creditors in the problem, then we have to take into consideration for what the percentage given to unsecured creditors is also given to the preferential creditors too. After liquidator remuneration, we need to pay liquidation expenses. After liquidation expenses, debenture holders. After that, preferential creditors, and the next unsecured creditors and preference shareholders. At last, equity shareholders. We don't want to change this order of the payment. We must follow this order of the payment strictly. This is an illustration, and this illustration has allowing liquidator remuneration at 1% on asset realized and 2% on the amount distributed to unsecured creditors. Here there is no percentage given for preferential creditors, so we need to follow these unsecured creditors 2% to preferential creditors. And liquidation expenses 2,000, legal expenses 5,000, preferential creditors 20,000, debenture holders 30,000, unsecured creditors 40,000, asset realized for land and building 40, plant and machinery 20, furniture and fixtures 3,000. So the illustration has been entered in the format given before. Receipt side, first we have to enter asset realized. In this problem, land and building, plant and machinery, furniture and fittings are the assets given, and the value will be 40,000, 20,000 and 10,000 respectively. The total asset realized will be 70,000. There is no surplus from secured creditors given in this problem, so we have to leave it. And there is no unpaid call money given in the problem, so we have to leave it too. And the payment side, by legal charges. By legal charges, that should be given in the problem as 5,000. We have to enter here. And then second one, liquidator remuneration. Liquidator remuneration, asset realized value will be 7,000, and the liquidator is entitled to receive 1% on asset realized. So 70,000 into 1%, he is eligible to getting 700 for asset realized liquidator remuneration. And second, preferential creditors. If we need or if there is sufficient amount to give the to the preferential creditors, then we have to give the liquidator remuneration here. If there is no possibility to give, or there is no sufficient amount for preferential creditors, then we must find out preferential creditors, as we need to given workings in the unsecured creditors. So first we have to enter asset realized. After that we enter preferential creditors remuneration, that is 20,000 for preferential creditors, and liquidator is entitled to receive 2% for preferential creditors, and 20,000 into 2%, the amount will be 400. So let us wait for unsecured creditors remuneration. And the next one, liquidation expenses will be 2,000. Debenture holders with interest. There is no interest given in the problem, so the debenture holder amount will be 30,000. We have to enter. And the next, preferential creditors 20,000. We need to watch here 70,000 as asset realized, and here 5,000 as legal charges, and liquidator remuneration 700. Preferential creditors share of remuneration 400, and liquidation expenses 2,000, and debenture holders 30,000. Till now we are paying 30,000, 2,000, 32,000, and 5,000, 37,000, and 700 plus 100, 38,100. So we have insufficient amount to pay for preferential creditors, so we have to give preferential creditors for 20,000. After giving preferential creditors, we have only 11,900. That is 70,000 for asset realized, 5,000 for legal expenses, 700 for percentage share on asset realized, and 400 for preferential creditors, 2,000 for liquidation expenses, 30,000 for debenture holders, and 20,000 for preferential creditors. After that, the liquidators in hand amount will be 11,900. So we need to give 40,000 for unsecured creditors, but here we have only 11,900. So in this 11,900, unsecured creditors share of liquidator remuneration will also included in that amount. So we need to take in that 2% in this 11,900. So 11,900 into 2 divided by 102, the percentage will, we have to calculate like this. Then the amount will be 233. So the total liquidator remuneration will be 700, 400, and 233. The amount will be 1,333. So the balance amount is having to give or to settle the unsecured creditors. The balance amount will be 11,667. Likewise, the liquidator has prepared this statement. So this is an example for preparing how the liquidator have prepared liquidator statement.